It's quite nice music considering everything's on fire. By the way, I'm clicking capture now.
Okay, dokie.
Right. I wish you could zoom out to see what the map actually...
Welcome, everyone. We are the Grin brothers. We're continuing our playthrough of Ori and the Blind Forest. So, in regards to what I was saying previously, just to kind of wrap up a bit, yeah, you have to kill it.
For once, I actually...
Yeah, you have to kill... Yeah, now I believe you have to kill each of these as you run along.
Right.
Basically, you have to purposely kill each of them. This was fun. I enjoyed this. It'd be a lot easier if that upload clip didn't keep getting in your way. But now we know the general focus for both Nintendo and Microsoft's plan. Microsoft plan to announce more plan to sort of have a good focus on first-party games for their E3.
I knew that was going to hurt me, but...
And Nintendo plan to mostly focus on games releasing 2015 for their E3.
Yeah.
Nothing on Sony's part, though.
Sony are going to focus
We're
on...
going to focus on Vita! Poor system.
Broken dreams.
I mean, I've heard it's got a good library, you know, if you like RPGs, which I do. But it's like, it's clear that Sony aren't just not supporting the poor thing anymore. Because they keep, because, you know, there's rumours that Gravity Rush 2 is going to end up being on the PS4 as well. There's like...
The touchscreen on the PS4 sucks, doesn't it?
The touchpad, yeah. Because it doesn't work as well as A, a touchscreen, and B, the, you know, behind touchpad thing. I don't understand why they're trying to put Tearaway on the PS4. That makes even less sense. Because, you know...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the PS4 already had Little Big Planet. I mean, why does it need another game by Media Molecule on it?
They are allowed to make more than one game per thing. That's a laser beam shooter. Isn't it? It's
yes.
a different colour.
Yes. I think that's a laser beam shooter. This section, no wait, no, this is the wrong one.
Right. Oh no.
Yeah, but you don't need to use that.
Oh god!
Actually, this may be a... Yeah. I think this, once you've done the thing, turns into a run for your life mission.
Why?
Because it does.
I'm already running for my life.
Yeah, but now you have to run in the opposite direction. Actually, no. This may be the wrong one. I know that one of the sections is a run for your life section. Yeah, this isn't it. Yeah. Whoa. Right, so you just got here and you didn't save and you're about to jump to your death.
Oh, I just have to stand here. I thought
Yeah.
I'd go to the other side. It looks like a little dark platform area, so... Right. This is something... I'm glad that we get to utilise Science Light again. Seeing sign, seeing sen.
Okay.
Because... What the hell is this?
It's rock.
No, this.
The power of light.
Because I presumed with that rock... We were just going to...
I really wish our laptop didn't keep making these beeping sounds. I swear we've got cat hair stuck in it.
It's fine. I presumed what we would do is what we've done with 90% of the other things and blow it up like that. But instead we make it sparkle.
Yeah, no idea either. They just seem to want to do that.
And why don't we just blow it up?
I don't know.
We blow up everything else.
But yeah, because I actually have a partial interest in the PS Vita. I mean, it's got...
Oh god, spikes,
It's got the
death.
remake of one of my favourite video games of all time on it. Muramasa, in the form of Muramasa Rebirth.
Yeah.
It's got remakes of each of the Altair of the... was it? Altair... I can't remember. No, it's...
No, that's Ezio.
It's an RPG series where you play as a alchemist / shop owner.
Oh. Ow.
You know how, you know, basically as
Right.
one person explains it, you ever wondered how the sort of merchant at the end of a sort of video game or within a dungeon has got there? This is basically the story of how they get there and how they get all their stuff.
Yeah. I might have needed him. I needed him.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's an RPG I've always wanted, but I ended up missing it when it was being released on the PS3. And, you know, the remakes, you know, I think could actually be better. I believe they also made a remake for the first Hyperdimension Neptunia, which I think improved on the original, because I wanted to get into Hyperdimension Neptunia, but by God, the first game had too many problems to it. Because the game just is so slow in everything it does. Just a very... I like the concepts Hyperdimension Neptunia had and everything, but I just couldn't get past the gameplay.
It is very...
It's sort of like, you know, Blue Dragon's gameplay. I just felt it was a bit too bland.
What I felt was silly about it was, I thought the idea was you played as Neptunia and that you kind of get freedom to go to whichever world you want. And I thought you would... once you do that world, you would unlock that particular console or company or whatever as an ally, but you didn't.
Yeah.
And I felt that was very silly.
And heck, the levels themselves are just the most blandest of dungeons generated, really.
Oh, yeah.
So, and, you know, you don't really sort of walk around anyway. You just go from area to cutscene sort of thing. Yeah, you know, I've heard that sort of later games improve. I believe the later games improve on just about everything. So I think the remake may actually be worth checking out. But that's on PS Vita.
Yeah. Let's be honest, who owns Vita?
And the other games, I think it was Sudoku Ken, which is basically 2D Okami.
Oh, that's cool.
You basically play as this sort of like warrior in this like 2D hack and slash like game, and to use special arts and magic you know write on the screen itself.
That's cool.
Sort of ink symbols. And the other game I think is Dokuro. It's the game where you play as the minion who decides to rescue the princess, and it's basically an escort quest. And you used to use the charge jump for most of this. I found was pretty useful because you can angle the charge jump.
Oh, no, I was seeing if you could bash off of it.
No.
Yeah, I found that out.
But Dokuro, you play as a minion trying to sort of escort a princess out of the main villain's castle. And you can drink a potion to become a prince and be able to actually fend off the enemies for a while. And you have to sort of use the sort of timing of using the sort of potion, or whenever it's best to be a minion, all that. Apparently the princess is extremely stupid in terms of her AI thing, because she always seems to move forward. But I really like the look and style of the game and such. And basically there was 3 games I wanted a PS Vita for, and Dokuro was one of them. This is similar to the previous thing, except it will continually going up, and you have to jump around it, as you can see. And the other one will come from the other side, so once that's done, you have to jump around it, Rinse and repeat.
Wow.
But, yeah, there's a lot of good games.
I
feel, you know, a lot of... but it just didn't... But it's not got the support from Sony themselves.
Jesus, that was close.
And it's like, you know, it's selling really well in Japan, so you'd think Sony would at least try to support it there. I guess, looking on the history of video games... I kind of think the PS Vita's sort of best comparison is the Sega Saturn. The floor hurts.
Oh god, the floor hurts here.
Yeah.
Oh, the floor hurts everywhere.
And the walls. You can re-cling to the same wall, just jump off of it repeatedly.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to go up.
Yeah.
And I wanted
because the Sega Saturn had like 1,400 games in Japan alone. But it only had like 500 within US and Europe combined.
Is there a thing to show you how many saves you've done?
Not that I know of. I think there is. Not here, but I think there is at the sort of...
84 deaths, rocking it. Is this the last mission? Once you leave here, is everything done, or do you still have some stuff to do?
This is the last dungeon. Once you've done this, you have one escape mission left.
Other than escaping from the dungeon?
Yeah, then it's the end of the game.
So I escape from the dungeon, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because your escape from the dungeon is your final confrontation with Kuro.
Oh. Okay.
Which is why I commented about one-hit KOs.
Yeah.
Because it's just like with the previous scene. Oh, you can go right to quickly grab something. Doesn't take much time till. Is there something below you? Probably best not. Best to just jump down.
You want to find out?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure I must have already done it because. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because
for once you didn't try getting me killed.
I did complete this game 99%.
I don't care enough to do that.
But yeah, because Sega Saturn had was really popular in Japan and had a lot of good games in Japan.
You know, Charge Flame, I thought you were supposed to kill things.
But it didn't get a lot of those games ported over. One, because the Sega Saturn wasn't too successful, and secondly, because Stolar said that RPGs weren't the way forward. And he basically didn't care much for the Sega Saturn because he didn't think it was the right sort of machine because it was too much based off 2D sprite games. Which, frankly, if they'd actually just kept up with making 2D sprite games which were easier to make and actually looked amazing on the Sega Saturn, they could have probably at least cornered a good sort of niche market there. After all, 2D games were what was popular before, because obviously 3D games hadn't really worked as well.
Or don't use your attack, then that's fine by me.
But it's like, I do find it funny that in the situation of Sega Saturn, N64 and PlayStation won the generation by a huge margin. And yet the one thing that I'd say separates the PlayStation from the Sega Saturn and the N64 isn't like the 3D graphics of the disc engine, because the N64, when you look at the sort of 3D graphics and such, it kind of was actually there in a way. I mean, you look at a lot of the games felt, controlled better with 3D, particularly when you take into account that it took quite a while until PlayStation decided to add a control stick to their controller.
Yeah.
Before it was D-pad. Yeah, this is the runaway section. Once you clear this, you have to run backwards.
Ow! I thought that was background.
Yep.
They seem to have a hard time distinguishing things.
I'd say this is the only section where it became more sort of a problem. Because this time the background will instantly kill you, whereas before they'd only just hurt you.
He died brutally.
But the thing which truly separated, I feel, what the Sega Saturn and N64 did sort of wrong in comparison to the PlayStation, because Sega Saturn had a disc-based system, PlayStation also had a disc-based system, N64 had decent 3D graphics, and PlayStation had decent 3D graphics. And heck, even Sega Saturn proved that it was able to do 3D.
Oh, 1 second, I need to survey the land.
We'll end the episode before you hit that thing, because...
Okay, well, we'll end it here.
But the one thing is that there was a clear distinction between PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and N64 was RPGs. Nintendo made a comment against... Nintendo sort of ahead of Japan made a comment against RPGs. Something about them being sort of, people who play them being sort of like shut-ins. Sega Saturn's head of America didn't think the RPGs were worth porting over to America or Europe, despite how the Sega Saturn in Japan had several of them. And the PlayStation became the RPG haven, which was the popular gaming on the Super NES.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation sold tons.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's wrapping up that topic, so...
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Toodaloo doodles.